Hello guys, and finally some really good news. I hope this is true because according to the New York Times, President Joe Biden has just allowed Ukraine to use American ATACMS long-range missiles to neutralize Russian and North Korean troops that right now amass close to the Ukrainian border. And this is another proof why all the experts who claimed it to be totally impossible, especially during these 2 months of Biden in the office, turned out to be wrong. Ukraine has surprised you at the start of the invasion. President Biden surprised us today. And I think it will be extremely important, not just for the protection of Ukrainian lands, but also as a message to the North Korean troops and other countries that right now support Russia. You better stop. Because if we do not prevent further movement of North Korean troops, further support of China to Russia, it can result in a very serious global war. And it's obvious, right now it is not just about Ukraine. So I am very happy to read that this permission is given. And I'm sure that the next updates on my channel will demonstrate how professionally, how effectively, and how according to the rules of war we will use these long-range missiles. My name is Anna, I'm from Ukraine, I'm in Ukraine, and actually I have just arrived to Kyiv. And I'm happy to report about this beautiful decision from the heart of the brave Ukraine. Subscribe if you're new to the channel to demonstrate your solidarity with Ukraine and to see the defeat of Russia and the defeat of North Korea. And believe me, with American, British, French long-range missiles, this will definitely be much easier. I will not concentrate on the fact that honestly we needed it long time ago, and I think that the behavior and the reliability of Ukrainian troops have demonstrated we only target legitimate military objects, warehouses, military ammunition warehouses on the Russian side. Of course, this could have saved lots of Ukrainian lives in Ukrainian territories, but it is very important right now, and we are very grateful for this permission. Also, I believe that many other countries like France, like the United Kingdom, who were actually talking about their desire to allow Ukraine to use their long-range missiles, will follow the example of the United States. Whether you want it or not, my dear American friends, the United States is a country that leads and demonstrates NATO attitudes in general. And the majority of moves, especially if it is the US-produced weapons, needs US support and permission. And right now, I'm sure that many of those who actually pushed for this decision tried to persuade President Biden, and I'm sure there are many friends from the UK, from France, who influenced this decision, and great thanks to you, actually will follow this example, because this is what they wanted to do long time ago. And of course, this may change a lot in the course of the war. It will not defeat Putin because we will not reach Kremlin right now, but who knows what comes in the months to follow. But this will definitely help us clear lots of border territories that are now filled with North Korean troops. And oh my God, it seems like a real reaction to those North Korean troops coming to Ukraine, which is insane and definitely a signal that Russia keeps escalating, and not just Russia, but North Korea, and not just North Korea, because we clearly understand that this very isolated country lives because China supports it. And of course, none of North Korean troops would be close to Ukraine if not the permission of Xi Jinping. So Biden's move, the answer of our American allies, is actually an answer to the North Koreans and thus to the Chinese support of Russia. Subscribe to demonstrate your support of Ukraine and to see more of Russian ammunition depots, airfields, and evil plants destroyed by long-range missiles. And thank you so much for this much needed support. And believe me, Ukrainians will prove that your decision was correct. And in this world of chaos, in this world of bullying that somehow becomes popular, it is super important to stop this epidemic of disrespect, this epidemic of violated rules, and so on. What surprised me is that many experts did not believe it was coming. Many thought that during these 2 months, President Biden will simply pass his office to Trump and won't make any very serious decisions. And I tended to believe these experts. But it once again reminds us that war is very dynamic, and one day you may feel like in a total catastrophic situation, and the other day you may actually win. And this is another proof, another thing that reminds us we need to remain confident that evil must and will be punished. Because with all these crimes that Russia commits daily, not just in Ukraine, but also in the international waters, also on the economic market, using shadow fleet, interfering in the elections, we cannot leave that unpunished. And Russia is the past. Countries like Ukraine is the future. And we are ready to do the job because unpunished evil grows, and we see how Russia escalates, inviting North Korean soldiers. And this is great. This is super cool that now we are allowed to protect our territories, to strike Russian troops, to strike Russian military objects that want to cause harm in my country. I'm very grateful. And it is another illustration that people's work, people's words, your emails, your telephone calls, your messages that you post on social media, they work in the democratic world, not in Russia. And honestly, before my drive to Kyiv, I have prepared a weekly update where I talk about lots of things that happened during this week, starting from the early morning attack with various missiles and various drones that Russia did to Ukraine, and finishing with important steps that we take with our inexpensive drones to demilitarize Russia. And I definitely invite you to watch this video after this update, because I plan that nothing great will happen. But because we work together, because we remain united, magical things can happen. And I definitely know that in the days to come, there will be more good updates on my channel in global news. And thank you. Thank you, people, that you keep reminding the world Russia is evil. Russia is not the country to negotiate with until Putin is not in prison. And I don't take serious Navalny and Karamurza march in Berlin, because this is their reaction. They feel the support of Ukrainian freedom in the world, and they start playing according to the rules. But I'm not sure that's what exactly they feel, because many of them share very imperial messages, and Russia can only become free after it stops repeating these imperial messages. After it is defeated, this military defeat is very much needed for the Russian freedom and normality in future, trust me. And I think that this news that North Korea was ready to send more, like 100,000 troops to back up Russia, may actually change tremendously because of the final permission to Ukraine to protect ourselves. Just let us strike back. Thank you so much. Do check my weekly update after this beautiful and very important message that was very emotional. Forgive my emotions, but you know I'm Ukrainian and we're fighting for our lives every day. Warm greetings from Kyiv. I'm happy actually to provide you this update from the heart of our brave Ukraine. I love you very much. Join me on Blue Sky, Threads, Twitter, and Discord. All the links that you need are in the description of this video. Thank you for buying me coffees, becoming my patrons and sponsors of the channel. Check our merch shop, but most importantly, we have to remember that even after the darkest night, dawn will come and good will prevail over evil. And it's much easier with long-range missiles. Слава Україні!